Hi, everybody. Good evening. Okay, if you were watching earlier when I was doing the beach vibes, well, I will be on after this because we lost internet. I guess a lot of people did. And I don't know, they're putting the quantum fiber out here. And I don't want quantum fiber because I like my internet. I never usually have problems. But you know what's weird? They were going door to door. And ever since we told them, no, we don't want it, I don't know. Our internet's not been working great. It's probably just coincidence, but it's a strange coincidence if you ask me. Anyway, we're back on. It came on while I was over at the store, and so we're going to finish this up, and then I will hop back on. It'll be kind of late for some of you, but I'll be working on our beach vibes. But the recording will be up, so you can get up in the morning and watch it. So, all right, let's grab our book and let's continue. We were now at the point where we're going to do the inside covers, backside, and then we're going to go in and do the decorating. And I did save these. These were the pieces. Don't need those. These were the pieces from. Oh, help me out here, guys. Yeah, from all of our other stuff we're doing. The one thing. Oh, we got it. Okay, it's on there. We're good. So, just gonna look. Okay, we've got green. We need the green, which we have plenty of green. Because I have this strip here. And okay, now the cover is this plaid one. And so what we're going to do first is this is already like the size we need, but we need a piece for here. So it is going to come. So, well, it's going to depend how we cut this. It's going to look a little different because we want to cut our cover first. Yeah, our internet was completely gone. Completely gone. Let's go ahead and we are going to cut our cover and the back first. And I'll tell you why. We just don't want any problems with our cover not having what we need. And I'm going to start with a white. There's actually a white piece, just your 65-pound in the back. And then we have the green. You do have a green sheet. Then we have our whites. So I've been using just a combination of both. I'm just going to use my 8.5 by 11. And we're going to get these all cut. Our covers measure 7 1/2 by 7 1/2. Only because I've been working again with so many different sizes. I just want to double check. Yes. My white layer is going to be 7 3/8 by 7 3/8. I'll need that for frames. That's going to be the first layer. Then our second layer is going to be green. I use the back side there. And our layer is going to be 7 1/8 by 7 1/8. Actually, we may use that for the inside. Our next piece, which is coming from this one, and it is 7 by 7. So I'm kind of looking here to see how I cut this, and it's probably not the same anyway, so Well, it's not going to matter because we have to cut 7. I want that flower by 7. I'm going to hang on to that. No, that won't fit. Never mind. I can't hang on to that. And we can't. Yes, we can. Let me turn it this way. Okay, this is going to be the little piece that we put on the inside of our front cover. So we're just going to hang on to that right there. Oh, I know. And I did have a hard time choosing the cover because that one was actually going to first be the cover. But then see, I'm covering it up so much here that I decided with the plaid quilt look, I liked it really well with that. And I did go in and I did reorder some of the pieces that were out of, but there's not a lot left. So I do have more of the ephemera coming in. And I think there was one other thing. Oh, and the 6x8 and the solid cardstock. So those have been ordered to come in. And then that's it. There's not much left in 49 Market. It's starting to show as sold out. And same with Beach Vibes. So what I have coming in is it, because they're starting to move on to different holidays, right? Okay, let's take this down to 6 7/8. Sometimes you just never know till you put it on there. 6 7/8, and I'm just going to take that 1/8 of an inch off each side. We need more green showing. Okay. Yeah. So 6 7/8 by 6 7/8, 7 1/8 by 7 1/8. But remember, it comes out super fast without a tip. Okay, I'm trying to watch and make sure this is super straight. I think that's pretty good. Make sure it's all flat. Okay, now my white. Did I do the white? Oh no, the white 7 3/8 by 7 3/8. And it shows up more on the Summer Ivory than it will on here, but you'll still have that. You'll still be able to see the mattings that we've done. So the white just gives it a nice clean background. So for those of you watching, let me ask, what's your favorite album size when we do design team projects like this? What's your favorite size of album? Mine's kind of the 7. Well, you know what? The cover's 7.5 by 7.5, but I'm going to call it 7 by 7 because that's what my pages are. So this is 7 by 7. I'd like to know what your favorite size is. Okay. Now I just need to decide how I want this to be, because I am going to put a wreath here. So I think I'll have this, well, I'm going to cover that strawberry. There we go. Then that big wreath, I'll still see some. Oh, I like 6 by 8 too, Rhonda. That's a good size. And Christina, those are not, yeah, 6 by 8 is also a fun size. Yeah, I like 8 by 8s for weddings, baby, December dailies. Okay, we've got that. Now on the side, so I used a blush, and this is a piece of the strawberry with the letterings. And I can't promise you we're going to find it, but let's look. So I have the blush, which is from your Blush Polka Dots. Because I didn't cut into anything new for this, so let's check and see what we have. And I almost have it. It looks like it could come from either side. So I've cut out the number. It looks like that piece that had the 4 squares. Oh yeah, it's pretty close. So I think I'll go with, but I don't know about the blush. Let's keep looking for just a moment here on our longer pieces. I need to move these. So we're going to be working with those in a moment. Okay. Ooh, this one's already, oh, look at that side. Actually, that's pretty close. You know, I think I'm going to go with that. Let me see the, oh yeah, it's that, yeah. So pick your scraps, and then I can decide what side I want to use, which this one matches pretty good, or do I want to go more bright? Probably bright this time. I went with the more watercolor look, and then I just need to remeasure, only because this spine, I made it bigger this time. This one is the one, no, this one is, so we're going to cut it 2 1/4. 2 1/4 by 7 3/8. So I'm going to cut this way first at 7 3/8. Because this is a great, I can use this in the photo mats. And then my 2 1/4. I don't, so this is 2 1/8. I'm not going to cut it yet. Oh yeah, I'm going to cut it. So first I'm going to cut it at 7 1/4. And then I'm going to cut it to 2. And I'm going to take it to 7 1/8. Much better. Okay, let me give you those measurements again. So my top one is 2 by 7 1/8. And then my bottom matting is 2 1/4 by 7 3/8. Okay, I'm going to put this down, and I think there is somewhat of a direction to this. I'm just looking at the little wordings in there, but I think it goes that way. Get that mouse out of the way. Let's see, something's catching back here. Yep, that's where it's catching. Okay. Hold on. Oh, goodness. All right. Well, for some reason, one of my pockets has decided to catch. Well, that's not very nice. It was my long one. Okay, well, he'll have to go sideways if he's not going to behave. And what is going on here? What is catching? Are you kidding me? Oh, it was catching. Oh my gosh, it's catching on the edge of the cardstock. Okay, well, we're going to fix that here very soon. Isn't that crazy, those things that happen? All right, the back still wants to catch there. Okay, the back. Let me get my cover sheet. Okay, I love all the colors. I had to use it. And that's what we're putting on the back. So you can decide. I started from red, yellow, green, which is, you know, the way colors go. Or you can add your pinks. If you want pink, you'll go from this way. But oh yeah, it's plenty white enough. So you can decide, because if you want the pink next to there, that might look nice. So no matter what, we're going to cut it at 7 3/8. Well, no, if you want to have the pink, okay, we're going to have to cut that off. But that's a good strip right there. In fact, we'll see. I have an idea for the inside. So 7 3/8. Oh yeah, I think I know what we're going to do in there. Okay, we can go with the pink. Last time I went with the red. You know, I'm going to go with the pink this time. So I want to cut my 7 3/8 from the right side. Kind of blends really nice. And then there's with the red. I mean, it blends really nice too. Just depends on how you cut that. And then, of course, you've got that nice taupe color on the back, taupe or straw, whatever color. I'm not sure what color, but it's a nice solid. So that flows really nice. Alrighty, let's do the back cover. So I want to get some measurements, and then we'll go into decorating. So I'm going to go 3 1/2 with that one, and 3 3/4 with the red. I also used the border strip. It came off of our Simply Sweet, and it's kind of the greenish color because we're going to cover down the center. So let me just trim this. And of course, it's chewing it up. Hello. And that happens. So I'm going to take a little bit more off and then just cut. I'll cut my papers both at 3 3/4 when I do the matting. And you know, it's not so much the blade. as it is. This is just heavy paper, so you got to kind of push down, I've noticed, with 49 a market. All right, much better. And then we're going to go 7 3/8. So the first one we have, let's just double check that it's 7 3/8. Almost. And then I'll cut it at 3 3/4. I'm going to do top one and the bottom at 3 3/4. I have the grid, and on the back you do have the dots. You could choose either side. Again, it's almost 7 3/4. Just had to take a little off. And then 3 3/4. We'll trim if needed. I don't want it to overlap too much because it's heavy paper. So let's see here. Okay. So guess what? I am going to take this one down to 3.5, our original measurement, by 7 3/8. So that's going to be the bottom, top, and there's just a little space, about 1/8 of an inch. And then we'll put that across the center. And I'm inking away from the book because it's starting to shed, and I don't want ink on this piece or from the foam. Just cover that while I ink this little strip. I don't want a new foam right now because I'm not going to use this color till our binder, and so I don't want to change my foam. It'll just shed a little bit, and then we'll be done with it. we're going to do sort of the same thing to the front. Let me get the measurements. So we have a 4 3/4 and 2 1/2, and they're both 7 3/8. Okay. So again, you can decide. It's going to come out different than my book had, because it's just the way we had cut. This one came out more with the red, the orange, the green. We've got some of that, but it just depends on how we cut it. So I think I'll keep the orange. With that 2 1/2. And our 7 3/8. Now that one came out pretty cute. Lay this down, and I just want to do a measurement on my book one more time before we cut the green polka dot. Four 3/4 is what we're going to cut by 7 3/8. Whoops. Let's try this one. I think it's 7 3/8. Nope, it's not. So we will go with this one. And 4 3/4. Then let me show you. Oh, not that one. We need a border strip that we kept from earlier. No, it was the green one like this, but we've got there it is. So this one comes off of the Busy Bee. Oh, and you know what? It came off of this plaid one. So I need to cut that off. All right, let's do this. Well, let me cut the 7 3/8. That'll probably help. Because the length. Oh yeah, that's better. I don't need to put washi tape down. You guys, I totally missed it. Not all of it, but again, just push down really hard so you don't get that jagged edge. I got a little bit. But we'll fix that. Okay, let's ink everything. I'll put the small one down first. I still have, excuse me, I still have from the cutter. A lot of that too is the paper, because it is a heavier weight. It has layers to it. Now it's crooked. We got to fix that. Okay, I'm going to see my book now. Yay, it's not getting stuck. Okay, much nicer. It was getting stuck there on that cardstock. Let's decorate. I have to tell you, one thing is I don't have the ephemera. What I have is the ephemera from this first album. And so what I'm going to have to do is not put what I have down and just show you, because this stuff I can use. I don't have another pack to use, and we're doing a 6x8 binder also, so let me show you. On the inside cover, when it cut, it's not a lot. There's just a few pieces that came from the ephemera on this one for the album, and I need to save these. There are two frames, and they're very similar, but this one does not have strawberries. This one does. Okay. And then I will go ahead and cut the inside out with you, but I will not adhere mine here, only because I need it for our ring binder. And so you want to cut about 4 3/8 is my length for the frame. And I go 3 1/4. Oh, we need to cut off some more. So I'll go 4 1/8. So this is the same way I do it with all the frames when we've made our projects. I'm just going to add my adhesive to the edge. And that way, same thing on our ring binders, we want to now add glue here and glue this down. Hi, Tian. And then we'll put it here. That way you can lift up and this will be adhered down. And then the only thing I did, like I said, I don't have this frame, is this birdie comes from your sheets of laser cuts. So I put a little birdie in the corner and he's facing to the left. So that I won't have on this one, the two frames, because I need it. I need this for our binder, and we are out of the ephemera right now. I did order more, so it'll be here next week. But on the bottom, I'm going to take from our puppy stickers the word adventure. And these do have, excuse me, they have centers. And I still add my adhesive. Oh, there's some more. You'll see that you'll have to punch out some of the centers before you glue it down. Some of them are really little. Where's my tweezers? And get them off or it'll be puffy on the back. Okay. See, you can turn, I love these. The smell, though, is what throws me off at first. I can still smell it. Not quite as strong, but they do like to go curvy. They're nice and flexible. And then I took, I want a little dirt never hurt. There it is. Okay, right down there at the bottom of that strip. And then you'll have that frame. And then your little birdie. Okay, over on this side is where we're going to get our rub-ons. So with my rub-ons, I'm going to use a combination. Wait a minute, do we have another sheet? We must have another sheet. There it is. Okay, so we've got a combination. I've used this fence, the red. I'm just looking, and there's going to be a little butterfly sitting on the fence, so I'll help you go through these. Okay, let's start with, let's just cut out this piece here, but I didn't use the whole piece. So I cut this. I want to make sure I get to the right piece. Okay. I'm going to cut it in half like so. I'm going to use this piece over here. And then you've got some flowers in little pink circles. So just cut around those. And then I used the fence. And I used this green and this butterfly. So I'm going to take the fence. And the green with the butterfly. Just like so. Let's see. That is all. The rest will be from, it's hard to tell if it's paper or fence. You got to kind of use your hands and feel things. Okay, so I have the red that's going to go down here. And then we will be putting our fence on top. Now, because this is backwards, we do need to separate these two. So I'll put down the red. Then we're just going to rub the green there. And we're going to put our fence in between, like so. It was too wide over here. So let's take our red and put it right to the bottom of my page. Rub-ons take a little patience. That's the only thing. We were doing them today as the camera went off because I lost internet as we were doing our beach album. And you just have to be patient with them. You'll notice it's the little specks on the side that you miss. We'll take the green with the butterfly. It has to do with, yeah, if you just put your cursor on there, it'll tell you, I think, or no, I went over to the side that time, and it has to do, or no, click on it. It's those who, it's the top fans. Yeah, if you click on it, it tells you top fans. I don't know why they do that. Anymore. It's crazy. They just recognize the top fans. So thank you. I do appreciate that, though. It could mean, too, that you just waste your time too much scrapbooking. No, I'm kidding. It's never a wasted time when we scrapbook. Okay. Isn't that cool how it just changes the look? And then our fence. I just love this fence. And I love how it fades out there. It looks like an old painting. This artwork is just gorgeous. Okay, I'm going to put that over to the edge and just in the center of the red and the green. Okay. You know, I really like the end of my tweezers best. One thing is don't go slipping, because I did on the other one. Slipping, but you don't notice it because you will gouge if there's no protective layer over the top of that. If you're rubbing as hard as I am. Okay, let's see where we're at here. There's my fence. I just love these layers. Okay, then this spot, did you notice how bare that was? Well, we need some garden lights. Which ones did I use? Was it this one? You've got two different ones, so let me look here. Okay, wait a minute. We should have two different ones. And then they start falling out, of course. Yes, where am I missing the other one? I know I'm looking right at it somewhere. Maybe there is only one. That doesn't look right. Oh, no. No, that is not. That is not the same one. No, that's not the same one. Oh, goodness. It's right here. And you have to be gentle. Very gentle. That's why I did not pop this one up. It gets glued down solid. Okay, there's that one. Then we want, there's a word, a day to remember. And it's very positive. There it is. It's on, yeah, the back side here by our books and our little mouse. So as these pop out, I just have a tray here that I'm putting them into because I got to keep them separate. Okay. And then I put down here on the fence a day to remember. Oh, we still need a few more things. We need a mushroom. We just need this little guy right here. And then I need a ladybug that faces to the left. That's not her. Actually, ladybugs are hymns. There he is. So he's right here. Underneath one of the wagon wheels. Now this is not the right mushroom. It is, let's get our mushrooms correct, right? It's too big. I think it's him. Yes. So it's this one right under this tree thing. I don't want to lose those. So I'm going to put my little mushroom here. And again, I glued this down. Reason is with that frame over here that I don't have, it was getting stuck. So I would suggest you just glue these ones down. Put it right there between those two. And then the ladybug. Now this one I did ink the edges lightly to give it that worn, torn look. And then you have this spot here for a photo. Okay, we're going to also try and get the leaves because they're so they're so dainty that they do like to get caught and torn. Perfect spot for that. See what I mean? There we go. Well, it's a little off, but it's fine. Okay, now on the inside, I did not add anything to the insides so that they would, remain flat. Okay, backside. We have our little bow here. So we want to find our little round mouse. I hope that's not in our ephemera pack. And it is. So you have these little circles, and there's your little mouse. I don't have it because I don't have another pack of ephemera. So you can go ahead and pop that out or grab that out of there. That's our little mouse. And then we have the greenery. It's not that one. It's this one down in the corner, and then two frogs. And then our Mr. and Mrs. And enjoy the silence right here. Now let's get these together. After I make the album, our 6x8, I'll go back and pick something else for here. Because I don't want to get into the 6x8 album and tell you I don't know where it is, because I hate doing that. So First, enjoy the silence up on top. I didn't pop these up. It's a little bit harder to pop things up in your chipboard albums, I feel, because then they get caught on each other. You don't have that spacing that you have on your 6x8s. Oh, and then one thing, you can go back in and do your little tags I showed. And these are in the ephemera pack. You have a couple of them. And I used the grayish one. Actually, I cut them in half. So you know how they'll bend over? Let me see if I have one that's not. Or was there only? I cut them in half. Okay, it must be in the tray. But you bend them over, and I didn't really need them to bend over. So I cut them in half, and that way you will have two. And again, these were just leftover papers at 2.5. This one's a little more than 2.5. And then they are 3 3/4. And you'll just put them in the pocket. Okay, let's put our flowers down. Again, try and get those little wispies. Okay. Oh, you know what, you guys? I should be using my Xeron thing. But it's at the store. You know where you put it through, the sticker maker? Lexi showed it not too long ago. I should have brought it back home because you can pop these in here and put sticky right on the back. And then a dot of glue here and there. Makes it easier. But she was doing a video with it at the store. Okay, now this, so gorgeous. It didn't need much. It needed this banner. And then we're going to have a couple of rub-on butterflies. So it's the pink banner. And then we want love this place. Oh, please don't fall. Okay, well, put that in our bucket. Your ephemera that says love this place is in your ephemera pack. Super tiny. Super tiny. Let me show it to you on the book. And then these are rub-ons. Okay, let's get our butterflies. It's these two that are the same size. Yes. Oh, no, did I use a big one? Looks like I used a small one and a bigger one. So let's get, I saw a bigger one here. You know, I don't think they are though. Let's just get these two guys. I think it just looks that way on the book. And I just got his foot off. Oh, no, they're the same size. Okay, one over here by that flower. And one over here in that spot. Okay, except for that little word, this one's done. Again, I didn't do the inside pages. This is the one where this is thick and this is thick, so I don't like to lay down. And then on here, I took capture the moment. Here it is. Again, it has those centers. I can pull it off and get those centers off. Oh, I picked up all that glue on my fingers. Leftovers. So this is where I took my leftover photo mats. That was 4 7/8 by 6 and 5 by 5. They were just those leftovers when we cut our album. And then let me show you. This was the tag, which comes in your ephemera pack. And I scored it at just right where the tag, where those rounded edges are. And then you can flip it up, just glue down that top. And this is a dot off of your, so you've got all these little dots. They're so cute. So I put a pink one there. And then this is from the rub-ons. The wording that just came from your rub-on words. Let me show that to you. It's right here. And that's the books that will come off of your laser cuts. And I think mine already popped out. It did. So mine had popped out. You've got one that goes, let's see. Is this the one I used? Oh, where's my mat? Yeah, no, you've got one that goes this way and one goes that way. They look like bookends. My other one didn't fall off. And that's what I put there. And that's all I did to those. So I'll put those back in the original because we didn't cut those. And then you just use your leftover, like the green pieces. You can use some of those. Okay. Now, the next one was the cutie one, but I won't do that because remember I put that there and it didn't work. So I'm going to change it. I still want the flowers and I still want the little fox, and then I'm going to use the puffy words. So I just won't use this. Plus, I don't have one because it's in my ephemera pack and I've already used it. You have another one. You have two in there. One's wood and one's that one. So what I'm going to do is take this flower. I think it was this one. Well, it has to be. I'm pretty sure because I believe there's only, yes. So on here, I'm going to use that, but I won't use the wheel. Oh my goodness, let's put this there. Unless, let's check a few things out to see if there's something else we might like. And we have a small one and a larger fox. I don't know. He has to still sit there. So see, that will be better, but let's see. I don't want to leave it plain. No, and he needs something behind him. And that looks like his habitat. So what I'm going to do, and then we've got a word. So I'll put the word down here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut these edges off, and you won't even notice it. You can actually just, no need to. I can still add him there. Let me show you what the difference is. So that was just, it was cute, but it is getting kind of messed up there. So let's go ahead and go with this. Okay, I'll do more of a centering with him. And I'm looking for Growing Wild. Right here. think I'll still overlap. Much better. But if you like that, and you don't, it doesn't bother you that you have to flip it up, it's not too bad. It will start getting bent. That's the only thing. I don't know what I was thinking when I did that, but I wasn't thinking. You know what I just realized? This little thing, and actually I'm going to use it because I won't use it on the 6x8, our other album. I actually have, you have one of those, yeah, exact same little mouse, but in our puffy stickers. So I'll just remember not, well, we won't use it because we won't have it on here. I'll put it here instead, because I need him in that corner, because it looks like a pond. Oh, that still wants to grab that. You know what? I don't know why these ones are grabbing where my other ones did not. I'm not happy with that. Let's try this. I'll put those in as far as possible. Okay, on here, everything grows with love. From our puffies. These are darling words. Here it is. It's down here at the bottom. Okay, if we go slow, we'll get pretty much all those centers out. Okay, now over here, I took Happy Place is what we're looking for. It's my happy place. Oh, good. There's now little centers. And we're going to put this one vertically. And I love the stitching, so we're going to put a stitching right there on the red. Okay, that page is done. And then on the back side, okay, we are going to, let's get this stuff. Because I did the rub-ons. Okay, I'm going to take this red and this piece of wood. Hi, Kimberly. How are you? really don't think that's enough. No, it's not. Now, do you see how that red got kind of cut straight off? So we just want to jag it up a little because we don't want it to look cut off like I had it. We are putting a what do you call that? A puffy sticker. And then we got this thing, so pretty. We're going to put that over the top. Well, this is the end of it. This is actually number 4, but they're all in the playlist, and it's called Nature's Haven. And this one is the album. Then we are also doing a 6x8 binder album. Okay, let's cut out our tree stump. And be careful with that little butterfly. And then that little butterfly. Then I did not use, nope, I didn't use these flowers. Put those in the tray. Okay, sometimes you can't find the edges. There we go, to peel it. Okay, let's see what happens here. Perfect. Then let's find Nature's Haven right here. Oops. I always forget to check those. These ones are stuck. Okay, we need to have our strawberries. So we need to go to our laser cuts now. Oops, and little things are now really starting to fall out, so, and get stuck. Okay, I want strawberries. Which ones do we want? We want a big one, that's for sure. Oh, my poor Charlotte, you guys. She's just scratching everywhere. I don't know. She's going to have Benadryl tonight. She kind of just started this around her mouth and her ears. Okay, I'm not seeing that big strawberry. but I know it's here. All right, let's double check, make sure they're not in the ephemera. If they are, I can't use them. Like, if you just joined us, oh, they are. Okay, so I don't have another ephemera pack, and we need to do another tutorial because we don't have any more at the store yet. But you want to take the big strawberry and then a smaller strawberry over here. So you'll put those two. Let me show you down here at the bottom. And then our red frame is here. And just like I always do with my frames, you'll just cut your white, because I won't be putting it down until I get some ephemera. And I will just glue. I did mine from the bottom. Then you can glue it down after you add your photo. Okay, so I can't add my frame right now because I don't have one. But you guys that have been following me, and I'm going to show you how I put white behind a frame if you haven't seen that part. So that will go here, and then you put a little strawberry on the corner of your frame, and then I've got the little dots from our foams, which I think these are really cool. So I've got one right here. I took a pink one, and then I put a little red stripe one, not stripe, a red polka dot. From right here. Now, after we do our 6, oh, there'll be a frame there. So that does change the look of that a lot. And, oh, and then you will have a rub-on. So we're going to use that other butterfly that was on the rub-on. Did he ever? He didn't fall off. I was very careful not to cut him. So we have a little rub-on butterfly to go here. Let's see. Where did sheet number 3 go? Right here. See, we've used almost all of it. And we probably will, with the 6x8 binder, I'll probably use the whole thing by the time we're done. Okay. Okay, the back, let me show you. That's the other frame. This one, this comes this way in your ephemera pack. You'll have the moss and the strawberries. Same thing as we did on the front. This one is a little bit shorter, smaller, I mean. So just like I did on the front with you, with that frame where we cut the white cardstock. Here it is. And you want to just glue down one side, and then you're going to glue down this whole thing. Well, you'll glue down just the white, just like we always do in our tutorials. So I don't want to put this down because we need it for the 6x8 binder. And I will have more ephemera, just not right this moment. So I'll lay that there for a second, and we'll put the word memories from our puffies. Oh, I like when they all come out. Okay, and the memories right down here towards the bottom. I'll put that back for now. Okay, and that is the inside of our album, except we need to do those because it just looks unfinished. And we're going to cut 3 1/2" by just a hair short of 1/2 inch by 6 7/8. And one, remember when we were doing the back, I'm like, I think I know what I want to do with those. So I think I'm going to try this. Look how cute that would be. Either that or we can go make it plain since there's so much color. But I want to cut one just short of 1/2 inch. Let's see what this looks like. You know, it looks like I've got a hurricane on my desk. So we can go like that. Might be too much. Or we can go like that with the back burlappy side. That might look better, huh? Which one do you guys like? Do you like the whole thing? Or the more plain? Because I'm thinking maybe the plain. Yeah. Okay, either you guys are sleeping or you're not answering me. So 6 7/8. You like the plain better? I think I do too. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, we need 3 of those. Put them there. So it's just short of 1/2 inch. Oh, Rhonda. Okay, plain. Yes. Sorry, I was looking down, cutting, because I'm trying not to mess up. Oh, I've already got my 3rd one. Okay, well, let's just get ink on everything. Okay, I'm gonna ink these babies up. Oh, I still managed to get ink on there. Okay, well, I might cut another one because it's kind of smeared on that side. That one looks good. Let me cut another one. If you're planning on, and I know quite a few are, making the 6x8 with me, I use the green Simple Stories binder, and we do have more. In fact, their warehouse, though, is closed on Fridays. Otherwise, they were ready to pick up, but we'll have them to ship on Monday. So I'll get the quantity up. We do have more. But if you're following along, oh, you know what? I do this every time. We cut our spine 1/8 of an inch shorter to fit our pages. So we're going to take 1/8 of an inch off. Okay, I don't know what I was going to tell you about the binders, but I know I'll see you during the tutorial, some of you. Oh, don't get rid of anything. Like these little pieces, don't get rid of anything. Okay? That's what I was going to tell you. Because we're going to use those. Okay, let's start back here. And then my goal is, because we're going to finish, I hope, tomorrow. Oh, because right after I'm going to start a new video and start back on, because we lost the internet today. So I'm going to start back on the beach vibes, because I want to get that caught up so we can finish it tomorrow. Because we're going to do the tutorial in the morning and the evening to finish up our beach vibes. So I need to go for about an hour, because I lost the internet this afternoon, and work on that. So right after this one, because we're done after the cover, I'm going to reset my computer and pop back on. So I know it's kind of late for some of you, and I'm sorry, but you can watch the recording. It's just today we lost internet. They were out everywhere. So I told hubby he's on ball duty with the Beagles. But Wilbur won't play ball unless I'm there. Wait a minute, why are we not sticking here? Come on. Well, that's really odd. Okay, as soon as I get some more frames, I'll get those on there. And we are going to do our cover. Oh, much better. Okay. I love the cover. I thought I had so much fun doing it. Whoops. Okay, first thing we want our balloons. And I want this. So I'm going to use the wreath and the fox. I mean, not the fox, sorry. The wreath and the butterfly. So we can put the fox in a safe place. Now I want this butterfly. And we'll save him for our other book. That's the wrong one. He's going to get lost in there. Then I need, so we've got this, and we need a mouse. And again, there's going to be 2 hearts that come from your ephemera pack that I don't have. And I'll show you those when we get there. I'm looking for my little mouse that's facing left. Here we go, with the strawberry down here by the books. Put that with the really tiny, so he's down here with your books. Then we want this piece of fence. And we want a bumblebee. He's pretty good size. I hope he's on here. He should be. Hi, Diane. All right, let's get the ephemera. See the hearts? Those are from your ephemera pack. It's a bigger one and a smaller one. And then you have the words Days to Treasure. and it's in here also. And then this tag is down here in this frame. It was part of this frame. I'm going to use a different tag, of course, because like if you're just joining us, I don't have the ephemera. I'm out and I need this. So I had the other tag here. Oh, I do. It's behind me. So I have to separate when I open a pack so I don't accidentally use what is meant for the other album. Oh, here we go. So remember when I told you guys, so here's your tabs and see how they'll fold in half. These are the ones I cut in half and used a front and a back. So there's no sense in wasting it, right? And I need to save these for the other album, but that's what you'll use. And let me see if I have a different tag. I am going to go ahead and take, they're not big enough. And that would be upside down. So when I get more ephemera, I will add a tag, or I'll make one. Oh, let's keep these guys separated. So the bumblebee. See, he's a pretty good sized bumblebee. Is anybody else working on the cover with me? Because maybe you're seeing the bumblebee and I'm just blind, which is nothing new. I'm not seeing a bumblebee. Oh, let's not lose that. You know, I think I'm going to go ahead and put that on here, all the little details. Okay, I'm just really blind. I'm not seeing a bumblebee. If anybody out there has yours, are you seeing a bumblebee? I have no idea where he came from. That bumblebee is here. We're just not finding him, and that's okay. I'll use something else there. For the life of me, I'm not seeing it. And I'm not seeing it on our others, but he's here. And it will show up, so I will add him when the time comes, because I just can't find him. Okay, let's put all this here, and let's start with this one. So I did put a white background here. It not only made it pop. Well, no, he was, see, I popped him up, so he's somewhere. I put white behind here, and then you can, on one of these sides, well, maybe not, maybe I got it all glued down now, but you still can slide a photo back here in between there. Okay, so I'm going to do that same thing. I said that bumblebee's here, and we're going to take some white matting cardstock. By the card, wait a minute, by the card. Oh, by the crate, by the crate, by the crate. By the crate. I'm going to look one more time. By the crate. Oh my gosh, you guys, Rhonda, are good. Blinder than a bat. And I got my new glasses on. Okay, I have my bee. I'm happy. Okay, let's find a white piece that will fit from our scraps. Or not. Looks like we're going to have to cut one. You guys are good. So what I do is when it comes to something like this, I just put them there. We did this in the wedding. So I just made sure it covered because it does get glued down. And I just keep my scissors. Back underneath there. Now, if you want to measure it out and you have a circle die or something, but it definitely does. But you do have good eyes. It definitely will not show. Okay. We're going to, let's see, I put it down this way. Okay. So I want to go ahead and add adhesive to this edge of my cards, matting cardstock underneath there. So when I popped it up, see, this is where you're going to see you can push that down and you can slide your photo back there. And now Homer Wilbur's going to be like driving me crazy. He's going to be like, Mom, let's go play. Mom can't play tonight, dude. Mom's working. Okay. So we are now going to pop everything up. You know, why does it seem like I used double on here, but did I? Nope, I didn't. Okay, one thing to consider. I would actually, if you have the photo, I would probably put it in now. Because once we put the foam dots, it is going to hold that down. But because we have this down, watch, you can still get a photo back there, okay? But you can also put your photo down first on here if you know which one you're going to use. And I know that's hard because we don't always know what we're going to use. So we don't want to put anything in the center there. Homer, no, go outside. Homer, no. Are you kidding me? Go play ball. I don't know why they can't go play without me. Mom's working overtime today, so you got to go play with Dad. Okay. Now, before we put this down, I want you to grab your fence. Okay. Now, I put the bigger part over to my right. So I'm just going to lay it down in here. I'm going to lay my fence because I want it to come right to the edge. Right about there. Then I'll pick it up. Okay. I'm going to turn it over and get my smaller dots. And these are about the same. They are the same width. So I need to add those now. Need one more here. Yeah, I still don't know how you saw that, Rhonda. That was really good. Okay, you thought we were going to get away with no foam, but we got to have foam on the cover. Okay. Cute, cute, cute. All right, I'm going to put down my my balloons next. So, and what I did is I did cut. I'm going to cut my strings here. So I cut them off like right there, but it still looks like they're under there because they were just getting bent up. They're so tiny. And let's go ahead and add our foam dots to the to the balloons. Just, you know, we don't want to go clear to the bottom because we want that to tuck. So before you put it up, so you want to be able to tuck that. And if you put foam there, it won't tuck. It's going to be way too thick. So just leave this bottom about a fourth of it. Oops. Put that in the corner. Let's go ahead and put the bee down before I lose him. And if you don't have the really small foam, just go ahead and cut your bigger ones. And see, we have I don't know, look, to me it looks like a little dandelion. It's pretty cute. So my bee is going right down into there, and we want Beautiful Dreamer. Trying to go slow to get those little pieces out. I did it. Under our bee. There's my rag. Okay. Then right here, we're going to add a polka dot pink or blushy color. More pink. A dot. Is that it? Nope. Nope, it's more of the peachy colored. Okay, there it is, over here on the side. Okay, my wagon. Again, it's going to sit. Oh, we need some mushrooms too. Yeah, we need those cute mushrooms. So part of it I'll glue here onto the actual frame graphic, but we want to add, so let me see where we want these. So at this back part, I do need some of the big foam dots. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, 2 is fine. Okay, so we're going to add adhesive here. We're going to tuck our little mouse right inside of there. And he's little. Okay, now my butterfly, let's bend it up just a little bit. I'm going to put him there on the frame. So this is where now you would put your tag. You don't want to glue it in here because you want your photo, and you would just glue your tag here and kind of tuck it a little bit behind your wagon. So that's where I put that. And then I put a strawberry, and that's in your ephemera pack. And New Beginnings is also in your ephemera pack. That went on there. But again, I don't have one, but I will. So it would be, I have a smaller one. I think, you know what, I didn't feel like there was a lot of ephemera. I'm sure there might be the same amount, but it did seem like a smaller amount. We've got the two little tags. This one's kind of small. So I did use the bigger one. But that looks cute too. But I'll wait and see when our new inventory comes. Well, I ordered it, so it'll be here. And then the two hearts will go down here. And I used, originally it says Days to Treasure. Super teeny tiny from your ephemera. But I'm going to go ahead and use all the little details on this one because it's very cute. And since I took it out of the tray that I'm using for our 6x8 binder, we just won't have it to use. We'll use it here because that looks really cute. Oops. And the only thing that's missing, we need our little mushrooms and then some lace. Okay. So I have this one, and I know what, because they look like they're strawberry mushrooms. They have smaller dots. Oh, it's these two, not that one. The two that are right together underneath where the fence was. So I'll put that one over there. I'm going to take my smaller one and attach it just right there on the edge. Kind of stagger those. Now they'll just tuck. So I just want to add my glue across the back, and then we'll tuck it down in. Okay, I know we all have lace because I didn't do this one as a kit. These were the laces. We actually had this left from a very old Craftology box back in the Craftology days. And I thought that one looks pretty if I wanted it just on the edge there. Like I said, this crochet lace, I have more on order. It's actually made here in the USA. And they are supposed to be shipping it very soon. So I have a little bit left from when we used it in a kit. For this one, I love to use the fabric glue because I'm shocked at how fast this dries. So I'm just going to start here. It does dry clear, but it will leave a glossy if you get it. Because I had some on the red paper and it did leave it a little bit shiny. So I found when I do this, I use my Cricut tools. Then I don't get it on my fingers. But this is really awesome stuff, this beacon. I like it. Then I'll just straighten that out. And then I took like 3-inch pieces. And then I just wadded them up in there. So let me show you what I did. I'm going to add some beacon. No, do not come up. Then I took my tweezers and I just wadded it in there. And that's why I didn't put it down first, because I didn't want it to be perfect. Okay, why is this wanting to come up? You have to hold it for a few minutes with that glue. And you know, you can use art glitter glue, but art glitter glue does work on the laces and stuff. Boy, this is sticking, but I do like this beacon too. That needs some on the edge. And that's pretty well. Oh, wow. See what I mean? It does really well. And then I put some over here on the edge. You know, I'm just going to put it on the edge this time, but I don't want to get it on the paper. Then we're going to just shove it in there. Kind of like if you sew, you know, when you do ruffles. Okay. And I just want to double check. Why that one's not wanting to stick down. I think I've got everything except for my tag, which I'll get that on, and my little hearts. one thing we need to do is our rub-ons. Okay, whoops, that's not a rub-on. What color did I use? Okay, I used this big long one, and I put it down the side, but see how I put that down the side? I don't think it's going to show up here, but we're going to do it anyway because that's what I put there. Let's give it a try. Now, the album also, if you love the design, you don't have to use the same paper again. Remember, you can use this tutorial for any album you want. I mean, any paper collection you like. No, yeah, you'll be able to see that somewhat. Okay, let's rub that on. Okay, we're done. Oh, and I only went 15 minutes over. Not bad. Okay, so I still have that down the back. Got my ribbon on, and it's already dry. I'm telling you, it just dries really fast. I'm impressed. And that's it for this one. And if you're following along or you're just popped on tonight, be sure to go to the playlist, and you'll see all the tutorials that go with this album. And then you can access it anytime you like because they'll stay up there forever. And so I'm going to, for those of you following, and I know it's late, so some of you may not, I'm going to pop on for an hour and do our beach vibes from this morning because we lost internet and I need to get it finished. I just want to see that. Okay, that helped. I had to pop those in, unfortunately. Much better. But we'll be working on, hopefully next week, the 6x8 binder. We'll get that done. And I might, if we get Beach Vibes done, I think I'm going to do 2 albums again at a time next week. Because I got to get them done for you because we got to move on. We've got the holidays coming. So next week, we'll do the 6x8 binder. That's my goal. And if you remember 49 and Market, Celebrate, I need to do that one. And then we're going to be pretty good caught up until I do the new 49 and Market Beach. I got to get to working with my papers, guys, but these are so beautiful. I had to make these. And so I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. And maybe I'll see you in the next 15 minutes. And I will get this mess cleaned up and start making us another mess. Good night, everybody. Excuse me. Gosh, I'm talking too much. Good night, everybody. See you in just a few minutes if you're going to join me with the other one. Bye-bye.